What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Hi, how are you? How are you guys doing? Happy Wednesday to you. I'm so glad to have you here back with me on The Vision is Possible. I've missed you guys, been away since last year. Hey there, Jeannie. Hey, everyone. I missed y'all so much. Hey there, Facebook. Hello there, Instagram. Hello there, YouTube. I'm so glad to have all of you with me. So I'm trying something new because it's me now with the show. And so we've got a new shorter opening and a new beginning to say hello to all of you. So, how's your year starting out? Mine's starting out pretty good. Been traveling a lot. I've been, I'll tell you, these holidays were a lot quieter than other holidays. I really wanted to go inside and think about my life right now, where I am, what I'm doing. I got more summers behind me than summers ahead of me. All good. I'm not complaining about a thing because you see, the alternative to that is not being here at all, and that is not the alternative I want. And so what I did is I thought a lot about that, and I spent fewer time. I didn't spend as much time with a lot of people. I usually have 10, 15 people at my house for Christmas. I had 5, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful just for a moment to get together and get together with me. Hey, everybody who's chiming in. And so, as I thought about this show, for the first show for 2026, I thought about what I wanted to do, and I decided not to have a guest because what I did is I went back into the archives of The Vision is Possible, and I pulled out some interesting things that some fabulous guests have said in the past, and I wanted to dialogue with you about them. To start us off, let me bring you in with this magnificent, wonderful, wonderful one. Jennifer Lewis has something for us to think about in this year.
Take care of yourself. You have one, all of us, we have one job: self care. Take care of your bodies. When I go on my book tours, I don't play because, in the Mother Black Hollywood, my memoir, I gave up every secret, the mental illness, the abortions, my molestation. Pastor of my church molested me. I told every secret. Sex addiction. Well, that wasn't so bad, but because I did that, because I gave up all my secrets, because I learned in therapy, We're as sick as our secrets.
Mm.
So I told everything. Now, everybody didn't have to tell everything, but I have a duty to tell with everything that I've been given. And when you tell,
Mm.
you're free. There's a freedom that comes with sharing those secrets you cannot even imagine. Because then who can come for you? Who's coming? What can they say?
Mm.
I said it already. I no shame in my game.
Mm.
Live your life that if what you did today was the headline tomorrow, that you'd be all right with it.
Mm. Mm. Powerful words. Talking about we've got one job, and that is to take care of ourselves. I'm not, none of this is about resolutions. No. This is about maybe a new way of thinking or a stronger, supporting the way you are thinking about taking care of yourself. How are you eating? What are you eating? Are you exercising? Stretching at least. I cannot tell you, I had a conversation with a friend of mine the other day. We went for a walk and we were both talking about people we knew who would go, "Oh, my back's hurting or my legs hurting or this, that is hurting." And we've suggested, "Well, why don't you stretch?" And they'll say, "Oh, no, I'm hurting." Well, that's when you got to do it, you guys, right? Chime in and let me know what your thoughts are. That's when you got to do it. I've been on this cleanse. It's New Body Cleanse. NU. Is it NU? It's under Dr. Keith Richardson. Check it out. New Body Nutrition, New Body Cleanse. I've done this cleanse for years. It's a week of fasting with all of these supplements that he makes, and then it's 16 more days of just adding certain foods every day. I feel lighter. I feel healthier. I feel better. You know, I've been moving through life recently, and I've had some aches and pains, and I'm like, I want to know my body more. I want to get closer to my body. I want to be more in control of my body. So I've been walking like crazy. I'm out of town working. You know, I told you I can't tell you what I'm doing yet. I cannot wait till I can tell you because I think you're gonna love it. And I've been walking and exercising and feeling more into my body. This is my suit. This is my suit. We have to take care of ourselves. We've got to watch what we eat. We've got to watch how we're moving if we're not moving and exercising. We've got to because we only got one body. Last year, I went into the emergency room 3 times. 3 times. Once for the same thing before the doctors could figure out what it was. None of these issues were life threatening. But what they did do is they made me think about how am I living? How are my emotions flowing through me? Taking care of myself. How are, oh God, that thought that came to me, I just thought about what Jennifer said and it went out of my mind. But taking care of myself. Oh, stress. Woo! Stress, y'all. Stress is a big thing. What are you saying over here, Miss Annette? And then I'm going to come back to this. She says, I have a job where I said 8 hours and sitting makes a person tired for some reason. The body gets used to not moving. We have to encourage our body to take a walk or to stretch or just move. Yes, that is the truth, my darling. That is the truth. Stress. I was doing a gig, you guys, and I was taking care of everybody. I was coaching on this gig, taking care of everybody. And yes, it was stressful, but I'm fine. I'm taking care of everybody. I'm cool. 3 days later, after we wrapped, I was in the emergency room. Doctor gave me a diagnosis, but I knew what it was. It was stress. Annette's talking about it. Yeah, you got a job where you sit 8 hours. So, can you maybe buy one of those things that moves your legs, one of those machines that moves your legs underneath? Can you get up from every once in a while and stretch? When I'm on a plane, I get up from my seat and I stretch. There are people who are looking at me like, and there are others who are like, oh, I want to get up and do that, but I can see on their faces they're too embarrassed. I have to get up and stretch. This is this is all I have. If this goes down, I'm going down. So yes, just what you said, Annette, it is so true. Your body gets used to what you give it. If you're not moving, it gets used to not moving. Gets used to laying around and sitting around. But if you start exercising, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's going on YouTube and finding fantastic free exercise classes that are on there, whether it's just taking a walk, starting out simply, very easily. What you saying that? Yes, my coworkers have those shake plates and we share them during the day. Ah, so fun. Go ahead on, honey. Yeah, I'm glad you're taking care of yourself. When I'm writing or I'm directing and I'm working on a project, I'm with you, Ned. I'm sitting all friggin' day at the computer all day. I've got to get up and take a break and stretch. I've got to drink some water. I've got to stay hydrated. We've got to do those things. Right now in our country, there are things going on that I will say I do not agree with. I'm not going to call out any names, but I do not agree with. And it can make me angry and it can make me depressed. But if I keep my heart, my mind, my soul, my body in shape and keep moving and staying positive, like I always talk to you guys about, then I can radiate that love out there and maybe help somebody else have a good day. And radiating that love, y'all, it just radiates out, and it reaches people. Some of them who are not thinking right now. They're not being kind in the way they're treating others. And I hope we can reach them with our love and kindness. And if we can't reach them, we can reach a whole bunch of other people who will come alive with what they need and what they know to do about treating each other better. That's what we have to do. What you saying, Miss Jeannie? Jeannie says, I'm helping out someone who is taking a lot of my emotional energy. So I will help when I can, but I've got to remember to protect my energy and take care of myself. So good to see you too, Jeannie. That's right. That is so right. That's part of self care that Jenny's talking about. We have to take care of ourselves. And sometimes we have to walk away from people, bless them, and love them so that we can make space for others who love us the way we love and the way we deserve, who respect us the way we respect others. That's the most important thing. Taking care of ourselves in this year. If you're already taking care of yourself, go head on. I'm so glad to hear that. Continue to spread out the love and information to others about taking care of themselves. And if you need a little boost, let this be your boost to take care of yourself. You know, Jeannie, I I think about what you're saying, and it brings this to my mind. I've loved people who if I don't call, they don't call me. They're happy to hear from me. They want to go and do the things that I invite them to do. But it's not as reciprocated. I want reciprocation in my relationships. I've had people in my life when I was younger and I needed to help people. I want to help and make everything fine. So I spent a lot of time with people who are not well in their own heads. We cannot live someone else's life for them. We can only share from our point of view about life. Hope they get it. And if they don't, we've got to love them where they are if you're going to stay in that relationship and know what you can get from them or love them and allow them to move on and find other like minded people, maybe for them. Self care, taking care of ourselves. Rasida Pinha, I know I may not be saying it right, says it takes steadfast courage to shoulder a brilliant legacy alone, and yet you carry its light forward, refusing to let it dim and refusing to give up. Let me bring you back in here, my love. You are honoring the past by forging a new era. I love that. It takes steadfast courage to shoulder a brilliant legacy. Oh, honey, you talking to me. Thank you. Thank you. And I want us all to speak about that for all of us, because all of us carry legacy with our parents. And yet we carry its light forward. We have to carry that forward, refusing to let it dim, as she says, or to give up, honoring the past and forging a new era. That is so important. If you aren't blessed with parents who give you a good foundation and a good family to move forward, you create it. Especially when we're adults now. We can complain about what happened when we were 5. We can complain about what happened when we were 15, 20, 30, and that's as far as I'll go. We can complain about all that. But when you have the presence of mind as an adult, self-care is taking care of you. And as you take care of you, I keep talking about this radiating effect. Honey, it goes out to so many people. Jeannie comes back to us and she says, that is right on. This time helps to refuel good energy into my soul. Thank you all for being here. As I thank you all for being here. And what I didn't start out saying, but I want to tell you, Instagram, I can't put my little hearts on you or wave at you. I've got the camera back here so you can see the show right now, because my platform won't go right on Instagram, but know that I send you a heart of love and I'm waving to each and every one of you. So Miss Jennifer started us out this evening about taking care of ourselves. Mind, body, exercise, soul. Take care of your mind, your soul, and your spirit by what you think, by what you say to others, by what comes out of your mouth, by your communication. If you're angry at someone, are you really angry at what they did, or are you angry with yourself? Watch the words you use when you are speaking to others. Listen more. When I was a little girl, my father used to say, listen, don't talk so much. And there was a period of time I didn't get it. Then there was another period of time where I got it and then I forgot. And now, in this, I'll say the fall season of my life, because I got a whole bunch more years to live, I now so understand about listening. Listening more. Asking more questions about others, about who they are. Engaging more. Being more interested and curious. Mind, body, soul, and spirit. Jenny also mentioned about sharing those secrets. Now, not everybody wants to do that, and I don't completely sound off on saying yes to do that, because some secrets, they do not need to be said. But Jenny wrote a book about it. It was fabulous. But what she did add to that was so important, is that if you were to end your days right now, don't go without living your dream. Don't go without saying everything you've wanted to say to those you love. Don't go without cleaning up your shit. You know you got shit. I know I got some shit. And let me tell you, I've been cleaning it up. And let me tell you, some of my stuff that I have, it's not going to change. That's how I am. All of us have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We are not perfect human beings. Being human is not perfect. I was at a restaurant today and I saw a sign. It was a seafood restaurant. On the sign, it said, I'm going to paraphrase, a good fisherman. A fisherman never became good at what he does without being in rough seas. A sailor never became a good sailor without being in rough seas. Rough seas. They teach us so much. I've got another one from my archives that I wanted to share with you. I wanted to share with you this one. This one is about listening to that inner voice. Rakim has something wonderful to say about that.
You have to allow, again, going back to that voice.
The inner voice is seen as a divine guide,
To
intuition.
tell you and allow it to inspire you. Don't doubt that voice that's trying to get you into your next vortex of obedience. Allow it to inspire you to move and take the steps that it's telling you to take. Because believe you me, you will reach your frequency of excellence. Your frequency of excellence that everybody is desiring to vibrate on that level. And that definitely does take a level of mastery of who your emotions, your mind, your spirituality, or whatever you want to call that, and your ability to choose and not allow vices to distract you from your highest level of frequency. So, it's really important to do that. And so as I'm talking about the things that I've done, how I got there is a whole nother thing. What was I thinking? Well, a lot of times I was allowing that voice to lead me.
Allowing that voice to lead you. We all have that voice. We all have that inner voice who that speaks to us. Sometimes very deep things, sometimes innocuous, sometimes just the littlest, silliest of things. And you're walking out the house and that voice says, why don't you take something with you? Okay, I'll give you an example. I packed, I'm on the East Coast and I packed everything. My bag was packed, I was ready to leave. And then I walked into another part of my house, just checking everything, and I saw a pair of leggings that are very thick. And that voice said, take those with you. And I'm like, why do I need to take them? I picked them up, didn't question it, put them in my bag. When I went walking this morning, the weather's 33 degrees. I needed those leggings under the sweatpants that I thought would be warm enough for any outdoor exercising. I tell this story about also years ago, talk about the littlest things. Years ago, I was leaving my house and I didn't wear eyeshadow at the time. And Spirit said to me, take that eyeshadow with you that you have. Because I had eyeshadow, I just didn't wear a lot. And I'm like, what? Why? It's the morning. I'm heading out. I'm going to come back. But Spirit says, take that eyeshadow with you. Or that voice, whatever label you want to give to it. I went back into my makeup bag. I took the eyeshadow. I took a brush. I left out for the day. That just didn't make any sense to me. I got a last minute audition. The only thing I had with me was a little bit of lipstick and that eyeshadow. Now, I didn't know I needed that, but my inner voice, my spirit, knew that I would. I was like, oh, there is somebody smarter than me. Rakeem's talking about, and I know a lot of you guys know this already. A lot of you all know this already. Listening to that inner voice has helped guide so many of us to our greatness. It helped guide Rakeem Walker to his greatness as a music producer. You know, you get an idea and you wonder if you should do it. And that voice guides you to people to call or guides you in a, you can be walking down the road and decide to walk into a restaurant and there's somebody you know, or you decide to go into some other business. That voice leads us. It's the idea of things. And then we get in the way and go, no, I can't, or no, I'm afraid, or no, maybe that's not a good idea. Instead of trusting our instincts that are speaking to us, helping us move forward. When he talks about the mastery of that, what he's talking about is, and he talks about being obedient. He's talking about listening and doing what that voice says. Because just like when Annette mentioned that your body gets used to what you do with it. If you lay around all the time, it gets used to laying around all the time. If you're exercising, it gets used to exercising and moving. If you're stretching, so forth and so on. If you're feeding it good food, it gets used to that. If your spirit gets used to you listening to it, that voice, if you will, you're listening to it, guess what? It brings you more information. It's going to talk to you more. That voice, you listen to it. That voice of his led him. He plays saxophone. Before he had the Rakeem Walker Project, which is an incredible group, before he created that, that voice told him to go into a park and play. So he went into this park and played every day, same time, every day. There was a woman, there were two different women. I'll tell you about the first one. There was a woman who came every day to hear him. She came up to him after many months and said, "You helped to cure me of this cancer I had." She said, "I came every day. You lifted my spirits. And because of that, I know it helped me survive this cancer." Then there was another woman. She came every day. And she started to sit closer and closer to him. It was Yoko Ono. She came every day. There were other people who heard him, and they introduced him to other musicians. And then he bettered his craft because he was there out in the open air playing his saxophone every day. Did he know that that was the plan? That that is what would happen? No, he didn't know that. That he was obedient about coming. I got really sick. I told you I went to the emergency room and I was sick last year, and I was getting better, but I still just wasn't feeling well. And my manager sent me an audition, and I was like, I'm not feeling good. But that voice said, "Iona, you'll be fine. Go to this audition." It was a self-tape. I went and I was not feeling so good. And so I'd have to stop sometime and then start the audition over. I got the job because I didn't stay home. Spirit said to me, "Get your butt up and go to that audition." I'm so glad I did. There are a number of things in all of our lives where that voice has spoken to us. Listen to it more often. Listen to what it says, because you have no idea the world it's going to open up for you, for what you may not even know is there for you. Hey, Birdman, good evening. Glad to see you here with us. Playing small of what I know about you, of what you know about yourself, does not serve you. Not following through what that voice is telling you, or what your desire is to make your vision possible. Not following through with some projects you've started because you're not sure if they would come to fruition. It's not taking care of you, as Jennifer said, self-care, and it's not moving your needle forward. You know, one of my favorite shows to watch is Shark Tank. Look at Shark Tank. Look and see about these people who spend all this time. There are neuroscientists who are like, well, I started to make this yogurt and look what happens. Or I'm just a mother at home and my kids are out of the house. So I decided that I would do X, Y, and Z and start something new. And look at that. I've said before, Oprah Winfrey is not Oprah Winfrey without Oprah Winfrey following those voices who were inspiring her. LeBron James is not LeBron James without following those voices and that need for what he needs for his body to stay in shape and to become better and better each and every day. The mastery of yourself, obedience to what the truth of what you desire. We only got one life to live. And I believe in reincarnation. I do. I believe in reincarnation. I know I've been here before, but I don't remember exactly what it was that I did. So I know, unless you subscribe to the dimension theory that our past, our present, and our future are all happening at once. And I can subscribe to that, but I still don't know it on a tactile level. I know that I can only live as Iona Morris Jackson once, as Jeannie once, as Valerie once, Birdman, Rosita, Annette, I can go on and on, Diamond once. And if this is the only damn life we got, let's give it all we got. All we got. Any place in you that is stuck, baby, move through it. Dis-ease, most of the time, comes from our lack of follow through in what we want in our lives. That's the truth, baby. That is the truth. You know, you got a sore throat. What is it you are not saying? What is it you're not acknowledging? I've got a headache. So why do you have that headache? What are you not doing? The other day, I was back east working. Let me see. Oh gosh, only 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. No, 10 days. No, not even 2 weeks. 10 days ago. Okay. I went and took a trip to New York to see a friend of mine, and then I went back home for 4 days, and I came back here. Well, when I was home for 4 days, I do this often. I was up to wee hours. I only got 4 hours of sleep one night, and then the following night, I only got 3 hours. So someone's calling me. Can you believe this? Doggone it. Hey there, Instagram. Let me see if I can bring you back here with me. Hopefully, you are my darlings. I can't see all of this. All right. Sorry, everyone. So, um, I was exhausted, and I was like, you know what? I, I got to take a nap, and I knew there were several things I needed to get done before I went to sleep. I said to myself, nope, no, I want to find that energy because we've got things to complete before we lay down for the evening. Right then, I got my energy back, had some water, get some tea if you want, or coffee, whatever it is. But I didn't. I just, my mind changed. I don't know when I was no longer tired because I changed my mind. I changed my focus. My focus was not on being exhausted. My focus was on, I got things to do. So let me get my energy boost up. I didn't say, oh, I'm tired, but I'm going to work through it. Because then I just would have been, blah, 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 blah. I get loopy when I'm tired. But no, I was like, I got to get my energy up. And it happened because I changed my mind. And you can do the same thing. And I know a lot of you already do that. So I'm speaking to the choir. It's about changing our minds. It's about listening to our bodies, listening to that spirit, to that voice, listening, being obedient. What is it that you need to do to accomplish whatever it is you need to accomplish? Let me just make sure that Instagram is still there. Okay, good. I'm glad you're still there, my darling. What is it that we need to do? With that in mind, I went back into the archives again. And I pulled this out. So inspiring. Sheldon Epps, brilliant about what he was talking about. And I want to share that with you too.
Dream, but dream big, dream boldly, dream brilliantly, but know that life, though magical, is not magic. It takes preparation, it takes ability, it takes hard work, it takes support, it takes allowing others in, allowing. But dreams should be big and dreams can come true. Yours.
Oh, that was beautiful. I wanted to write down what Sheldon said, and I didn't think about it until he was halfway through. But he talked about dreaming takes preparation, takes ability, takes hard work, mastery. See, we can dream about all the things we want, about how we're going to make our vision possible. But if we don't do anything about it, how's that going to happen? You've got to put in the work. You've got to study. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to be good at? Find somebody who's doing it and watch what they're doing and learn from them. Pick up a book and read about it. Take a class. Doesn't matter how old you are. Annette went back to college and graduated. What did you say, Annette, at 54? Hard work. That's what it takes. Ain't nothing, it ain't no free meal or ticket in this life. Not at all. But the better you are at what you do, eventually the easier it starts to get. In my field, in the creative field, we are constantly looking for that next job. You get a job, you're looking for another job. You did good on that job. We got it. The play was fantastic. Or we locked in that scene. How wonderful. And again, you keep growing and doing and getting better at what you do each time. In our field, you're going from one project to the next, and each one is revealing something else about yourself. If you're in a job like Annette that's 8 hours, it's every day. Every day there is an opportunity to get better at what you do, to meet somebody else who can offer some insight that you hadn't thought of. or to find something in what you do that offers insight. There you are, Annette. What'd you say? And I went back to college. What'd you say, baby? Just because I wanted to learn and grow and didn't graduate. It was just doing it that made me feel successful. That's right. And you know what? You being there as a grown ass woman inspired all of those kids to let them know it's never too late. My daddy used to say, you are learning up until the day you die. And then when that comes around, you'll realize you don't know but a thimbleful about what life's about. So we've got to be prepared for the dream. So in our dreaming, we need to make it doesn't even mean, oh God, you may not know the road to get there and how to make your dreams, your vision happen. But what you can do and know is what you need to achieve that. I gotta find, wait a minute. Let me see if I can find this little part on my phone. I want to turn off my sound, but I can't. So I'm sorry for all the sounds you guys are hearing. Thank you for being with me on this. I want to make sure I go back to where I was. All right, let me go with the preparation. Ah, that's what it is. It's not up to you to know how you're going to get there. It's up to you to know that you'll want to get there. It's up to you to continue striving to learn more so that you can be prepared. Preparation meets opportunity, baby, and that's a great marriage. Sheldon talked about the ability. Being prepared gives you the ability to make your dreams happen. And check this out. You can be going down a path going this way and all of a sudden you go down another road because the dream you thought was what you wanted actually manifests into something else because you took the time to grow and learn within that vision that you saw for yourself. And how many times have you run into people who tell you that what they wanted to do ended up being greater than what their vision was because they gave everything to it? Everything. Do you actually think that Oprah thought she would be as successful as she is? I knew she was going to be successful. I knew she wanted it. But look at that. Look at LeBron James. Look at that. Look at the people who come from poor surroundings and they have manifested a great life. Baby, you ain't got to be rich financially to make your dreams come true. You need to be rich in here, in here, in order to make those dreams come true. So sorry. That's what we need to do. Be rich in your personhood. Because you can't take no money with you. Nobody who's died has taken a boat, a car, or their favorite outfit with them. Even if they were buried in those clothes, baby, it stayed right here on this earth. Be rich in yourself. Appreciate yourself. I am always saying your best friend lives in the mirror. Your best friend lives in that mirror. And if you are not best friends with that person who looks back at you every day while you brushing your teeth, combing your hair, putting on your makeup, doing the things you need to do before you leave that house, then you need to have a conversation with your best friend. You need to love them, like them, be good to them. Be patient with yourself. Treat yourself better than you treat your other physical best friends who you don't see in the mirror. You know that best friend who might be next door or you've known since you were 4 or 14 years old, like I've known one of mine since I was 14. Annette, self-care is not selfish. Annette says, and I still take courses when my money cooperates. I understand, honey. I understand completely. So get to know you and love up on you. Self-care. Self-care. Listening to that voice, that's an amount of respect for yourself. That what you know is good for you is good for you. Listen to that voice. That's how the vision is possible happened. Yeah, yeah. And I will tell you, it's scary to have done this for 3 years with my cohort, my handsome, talented brother, and to now be doing this on my own. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, I didn't just go, oh, yeah, I'm ready. I'm going to do it. But I know I love being here on Wednesdays with you. I see your comments. I see how you feel after we've done a show, or after now, I'll say I've done a show, or some of the archival footage that I post. And I know that us talking together heals me as much as it can heal you. And it fortifies me, uplifts me, being here, sharing with you, and reading your comments. And that's my prayer, is that it does for you, and that the guests I bring to you strengthen you up. That's my dream. That's my vision. That all of this quadruples in this year, and that I get to reach more people. And we're loving up on each other through all this madness and chaos, because remember, we're going to radiate good stuff out there so that we can touch others, bless them with our presence. Sheldon also talked about hard work. Nothing worth having is easy. Nothing. Nothing worth having is easy or can be maintained with ease. If you want to continue to grow, it takes hard work. Oh, I love this. I'm going to put this here. Thanks, Moon Crab. If you want to maintain your job, you got to continue to grow. As a matter of fact, AI is a big thing right now. My guest next week, I'm very excited about. Leah is coming in next week. Leah McGowan. Leah is one of the leaders in AI, and she's going to help us understand it better and to not be afraid of it and to know how to use some tools so that we can befriend it. We have to make friends with where this world is going so that we do not become victims of not knowing what is going on and also not knowing how to do our best job. Very importante. Dream, as Sheldon said, and know that life is magical, but it is not magic. A flicker of the nose ain't gonna make it happen. That's a timely one. Depends on when you were born. You know what that was. It's not gonna make it happen. Nothing happens. Waving of a wand. Baby, it does not make it happen. You make everything happened for you. Everything happened for you. And you know what? The disappointments that come with, I'm not there yet. The disappointments that come with when someone says no to you, let those be blessings. Let those be blessings. Let those teach you something you need to know to possibly make your project better, to possibly make you better, to possibly lead you in a direction to learn something new so that again, you can be better. Find out why someone didn't say no and make it better. Because let me tell you something, honey. You make friends with the word no, you make friends with disappointments, and they turn into the fertilizer that goes into the earth that makes beautiful flowers grow. You'll be that beautiful flower growing and expanding. Nobody can take anything from you. Nobody takes your job. Nobody takes your loved one away. All of us have personal responsibility in everything we do. And our job is to take personal responsibility for our lives. That same girlfriend I was walking with that I told you about earlier, we talked about intentional living. Intentional living. Be intentional on everything you do. And the last one from the archives I wanted to share with you is from Simone Missick. It's about not giving up.
Never give up. If you want something, whether it's to be an actor or a singer or an artist or an accountant or a lawyer, something that you don't have a direct pathway to, the first thing is to say to yourself, I will never let go of this thing. And then go about the business of doing whatever you can do in order to get the information to do that thing. Read the books, read how other people got there, study, train, learn. You are constantly learning. I think that the worst thing that you can do is to get to the end of whatever it is and say, I could have, if only I had tried. If there is any passion that is within you that is deep down, just never let go of that thing. Write out what your vision is. I did years of vision boarding, years of writing out goals. Every new year you say what it is that you want and what it is that you achieved the year before. And then every year come back and look at that and say, oh wow, I checked this off. I did that. It didn't quite look like I thought it was going to look, but I did something similar. And just keep doing it. Keep that vision in your mind and active. Then you will achieve, and you will be happy that you tried.
I love that. I love that. That's very much like in the realm of what Sheldon was talking about. Dream. To dream. Vision board. Oh, wait a minute. That's what it, wait. What was it? Church journaling. Okay. Sorry. I want to write this down because I want to talk about this. Vision boards. Do you guys do vision boards? I'm going to have a guest on here who does fabulous vision boards. I was trying to get her actually in this January, but she just started a new gig. She's a incredible, powerful woman. So she'll come on board. But vision boarding. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, you take a board that you can get from a Staples or any office supply store. You know, you get a big whiteboard, cut out of magazines what you want. You want a new car, you want a house, you want a ring, you want clothes, you want a new computer, you want to travel, you want to read more, you want to write more, you want to cook, you want foods, you want to go to college, whatever is in your heart and soul that you want, cut it out, cut out the pictures. Put it on your vision board. Cut out words. I will not give up. You want to direct. Cut out I am a director. Put that on your vision board so you fill up the whole board with all your desires. I'm going to do that. I haven't done it yet because I've been traveling, but when I get home, I got my board ready to go. I'm ready to put it all down there so that you can look at it and you can see every day what you vision and watch what happens. Watch what happens. That's when the phone starts ringing. Somebody calls and says, "Hey, I'm looking for your name was given to me, and I want to know if you would like to do blah 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 job." Or your name was given to me, and we've got an opening in a class. Or all of these things happen. Yes, Annette, you should do that. Definitely, you want to do that. Oh, Rosita's young. She's in. We've got. I don't know if it's Rosita, but Rosita's in Brazil, and she's. It's early Thursday, and she's still watching. Thank you, my love. You inspire me. Vision board is so important. I'm telling you. I am telling you. Things come true. It's happened for me on my vision board. And you don't look at it every day of the year. Let's be real. You look at it for a while and then you forget and then you go on and you start accomplishing some things. You look over at your board and go, I put that on my vision board. I promise you. And then also journaling. Simone spoke about that. Write it down. Write out those words of what you want. What does it look like? What do you want to create for yourself? And it's never too late. You're never too old. You're never too tired. You're never too fat, too thin. Don't let your race and what you look like keep you from doing what you want to do. Lizzo said when she won, and I think it was an Emmy, when she won her Emmy, yes, that's it. She said that when she was younger, she scoured the television, the magazines, films, looking for someone who looked like her. This is before she lost all that weight. And now she realizes she's the person she's been looking for. Come on now. If there's someone who doesn't look like you doing what you want to do, then be the first one to do it. Don't give up. Just like what Simone says. Don't give up. Make a decision you want something and say, I'm not going to give up. Now, truth be told, not every actor is going to be a working actor. But maybe there are plays that you do in your community. Or maybe you find that actually the thrill you're looking for may not have been on stage, but it's in costuming. It's building the sets. It's lighting design. You just never know exactly where it is, where your spirit, where your desire really wants to go. So if you're beating your head against the wall, baby, that's not for you. Look at in a whole what you want for your life and what you want to create. And start moving toward that and see how that informs you. Simone also spoke about assessing the year before, looking at what you did accomplish. That is so important. It's so important for you to give yourself a pat on the back. It's so important to acknowledge the good things you do, the good things about you. Are you a good friend? Pat yourself on the back. Are you a good cook? Pat yourself on the back. Are you a good steward of friendship? Are you a good grandmother, a good mother, a good auntie? Are you good at your job? Pat yourself on the back. Did you just turn in a report that was like the bomb? Pat yourself on the back. We have to start acknowledging the good things that we do and letting ourselves know you did good. Because you know what? Like Annette said, you start doing that for yourself. You get used to boosting yourself up. And my daddy used to say, that's not about being conceited. It's not about being egotistical. If you don't know you good, how's anybody else going to know you're good? So you pat yourself on the back. Acknowledge what you've done. If we don't take time out to acknowledge what we've done, how are we ever going to really move forward to something else? Because you're never going to be happy. When you accomplish something, take a moment to be happy about that. And then move on and continue doing something else. Or, elevating what else you are doing. Support yourself. That you have to be your number one cheerleader. You have to be. I thought for a long time being humble was the way to go. And I think being humble is good, but I would take it as no, it's okay. No, oh no, don't I? Oh, thank you, but oh no. Shoot. Oh yes, you're right. I'm fabulous. You're right. You're right. There are good things that I have, and there are other things I'm getting better at. I have not stopped growing. I have not stopped learning. All right, so let's talk about what we have talked about tonight. I'm feeling so emotional. You know how I get, you guys. We talked about taking care of yourself. Jennifer talked to us about self-care. So let's all have more self-care. And if you are one who's very good at your self-care, maybe help somebody else out with their self-care. And then Rakim talked about listening to that voice. Listen to that voice. That voice is talking to you. Stop saying, nah, I won't. That voice says, yeah, go to that party. You go, no, I don't know if I should go. You don't know if you're going to meet your love mate there. You don't know if you're going to meet someone who can open your mind to new thoughts and ideas or even a possible job. You don't know. So listen to that voice. Be obedient, as Rakim says, and follow through. Does that mean there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow of what that voice has said? Not always. But it all depends on what you call a pot of gold. I call my eyeshadow that day a pot of gold. I call getting those thicker slacks to wear, thicker sweatpants to wear underneath my sweatpants for this 33 degree weather when I went outside to exercise. I call that my pot of gold. Your pot of gold can be whatever you see. Sheldon talked about dreams, which is also your visions. What is it that you want? Dream and dream big. What was it? Someone said, you may not reach the stars, but you'll fall into the moon. Dream big, baby, and go for it. Whatever it is, go for it. Enjoy your life. You don't have to be a gazillionaire. You're rich within yourself. That's the power there. I was on the subway one day and I listened. This is many years ago. I was living in New York, and I heard these two women talking. It was about 6 o'clock. They just gotten off of work, and one was saying how bored she was. She was going to go home. Maybe she watched a little television. She didn't know what to do. And I thought to myself, how brilliant would it be if they went to a hospital and held a baby? How brilliant would it be if they went to the kid next door and knocked on their door and said, I have an hour in the evening to a family, and I can help your children with their homework. If we didn't just become lumps of clay in front of the television, but we were active in helping others, in being a part of our community. Now, I have no problem laying in my bed and exercising my thumb at times. There are days like that that are necessary. But there are also days that are necessary, that we give out of ourselves and we elevate ourselves and we work hard on our dreams. And lastly, Simone brought to us about never giving up. Don't give up. Stand strong with your best friend, yourself. Stand strong with what you want. Stand strong and know that the truth is, sometimes if that is not the exact road for you, be open to where that road is taking you to help you find what is for you. I'm crazy about you guys. I'm so glad you were here. This is where you can find me at Iona Lot of Gold. I own a lot of gold. That's right, my darlings. And this is where you can find the show. Please tell people about The Vision is Possible. Send them to me, send them my way. I'm so thrilled to be able to see you guys today. And I'll see you next Wednesday with Leah McGowan. We're going to talk about AI, and she's going to help us make friends with this AI. I'm very much looking forward to that. Thank you for hanging with me. I adore all of you. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. And remember, love upon your best friend, the one you see in the mirror. And I'll see you next week. Ciao.